In this day and age, customers are looking for better quality ingredients in their food, in the products they use on their bodies, and even in their hair color or hair products. So if you're one of those people that have been using Shade GQ, or maybe your hairdresser is using shades on your hair, or any other old-time hair color brand, then you might want to take a look at what I have to offer. And this is mainly going out to hairstylists, professional hairstylists in my area. But one thing you got to understand is more and more people are really caring about what's in the products they use, and which is one of the reasons why we're starting to carry more brands that are, they're making their products that are higher quality ingredients. They're European Union approved. They're either plant-based or they have clean beauty ingredients. Not necessarily all organic, but they have some organic ingredients, some natural, healthier ingredients, or ingredients that are not banned. And, any kind of products that you buy from Europe or even Canada, their governing bodies are more strict than what our FDA is. And so you got to understand is when you're buying some of those products, you're going to have products that, they're being made to be clean or being able to be sold worldwide without any restrictions. And so a lot of the products that America made, or that's made in America, they can't be sold in Europe or even in Canada and other places because they may have ingredients that are used in those products that are being banned in those areas. We even have some of the products that we make, or even products that we carry that are made in the United States that are banned in some states. It's because, some states have stricter standards, or maybe they just don't allow certain ingredients. So the reason why I bring this up is because I've been really focusing on some of these newer brands, and really the most important thing right now in my business and a lot of the businesses in the hair industry is hair color. And not trying to switch your hair color completely, but what I want to do is actually introduce you to new ideas in hair coloring. And one of the ways to actually be able to get into something like this is to buy something that's less painful to make the switch. And one of the things that I like to introduce is a gloss, because a gloss mainly is not one of those things that where you have to make a major switch. And a lot of people that use glosses, they use them mainly for toners, for toning after bleaching or doing like a semi-permanent color. And one of the best ones that we've seen in recent years, and this is one that's won quite a few awards almost every year that it's since its inception. It's won Best Stylist or Stylist Choice Award for Best Demi Gloss. And that product is Oligo Gloss. And so the Oligo Gloss, what makes it different, and I'm gonna compare this to Shade GQ, because the majority of my clients out there that use a gloss, it's most likely going to be Shade GQ. And the reason why is it is the #1 gloss on the market. And it's been around for, my research says it's been around since 1980. So whether it actually got popular then, I don't think so. But I'd say at least since the 90s, it's been like one of the top glosses or demi-permanent colors on the market. And it continues to be so because it's been so widely promoted. And, when you have a color line that a lot of people started using because there was no other really good option for all those years, it's going to be the #1. But I challenge you to take a look at the newest technologies, because that's over 40 years old, probably over 45. And this new technology, the Oligo Gloss, is only a few years old, and it uses the latest technology. So one of the things that my clients have told me about Shade GQ, and these are people that love Shade GQ all these years, but they do say that you know, after a while, it doesn't leave the hair feeling so good. They don't like the smell of it. It can be messy when they mix it and apply it. And, you know, it actually doesn't last long. And also it takes longer to tone in the bowl. So if you want to do like a flash toning, you know, you can still do it fairly quickly with Shades EQ, and that's one of the biggest uses of it. But once you do it, the tone doesn't last. It tends to build up and it tends to not last. And this is according to people that have told me this, okay? And the other thing that I've learned is that, like when you're doing like the higher level toners, like the 9 and 10 levels, those toners tend to have like a tan or a brown backing or brown undertone. So when they fade, they don't last. They don't keep their pure tone. They fade to a brown or a tan. Well, with clear gloss, that's not the case. It's gonna last up to 24 washes when you're using this, and it doesn't have that. It just has pure tone. So the biggest benefit of this compared to Shades EQ, Shades EQ has ammonia. It can lift color, so you know, you have problems when you have lifting. It has alcohol, which is not always the best thing on your hair, especially when you're trying to make the hair feel and look healthy. Now, Shades EQ does have shine, but the shine doesn't last because of how it's made. So I'm not knocking Shades EQ. It's been, like I said, it's the #1 demi gloss on the market. And for those of you that use it, you know you love it. But what you don't know is what you don't know. How do you know there isn't something better on the market until you try it? And that's why I challenge you to be one of those customers that tries the Oligo Gloss. You know, we have other products in the brand that, you know, like their permanent color, their Colora 10, that are awesome also. But that's a bigger challenge to get you to even look at those when it's much easier to show you this. And you know, it's easy to play with the gloss. And if you end up liking the gloss, you can always, you know, play with the permanent color. And every intro of Colora Gloss actually has samples of permanent and the Colora 10 that you can actually try for free, that they give you, and they allow you to choose the colors. So the reason really why I'm focusing more on this right now is because the company is doing blitz pricing, so special pricing on new users of Oligo. So you can't be a current user. You know, I apologize if you are a current user and you see this, I can't offer you any of these deals. So this is for people that are new users or that haven't bought any intros. So if you've been trying the color, but you haven't yet bought any intros, then you still qualify. But what makes this so good, it's new technology and the way it works. It's a hybrid acid-alkaline base that has some organic ingredients. It's got ingredients that make the hair healthier feeling. It gives tremendous shine. It smells great. There's no alcohol, no ammonia, no PPD, which is one of the things that causes a scalp irritation and allergic reactions in some people. What else? Zero lift. Like I said, I think I mentioned that before. There's zero lift with this one. Gives you ultimate shine, conditioning, flash toning in 3 to 10 minutes. How would you like to be able to do that? Flash tone in 3 to 10 minutes at the bowl and have it last up to 24 washes. You can do white blending up to 50% gray. You have 70 plus shades in this. I thought there was only like 50 something, but 70 plus shades now with this compared to Rake and Shades EQ over 120. It may be even more than that. You know, the information that I got may not be really up to date, but they have at least 120 or more shades, and they're always adding. So if you're a studio person and you want to cut down on your space, or you don't have a lot of space to store hair color, then this is ideal because it has a good amount of shades. And most of the people that have switched from the Shades EQ to this tell me that they pretty much have just about everything they need for what they do in the selection that they have already. So, and you can always mix and create other options. And once you get into this, you know, you're gonna wonder, like, well, how does these shades compare to Shades EQ? Well, I will tell you, it's always a challenge to try and match up somebody else's hair color. But what most of the people told me that made the switch is once they understand how the color works, then they just start formulating their own color based on Oligo Gloss. And once they do that, they say that it's a game changer. It's like night and day difference. And a lot of them have said, and you know, they've said this in their Facebook group, and it's on Facebook, Oligo Fam, something like that. And anyway, it's a Facebook group with all professional people in there, and it's a place to go to ask those questions. Like if you're a Redken person and you want to switch to Oligo, what can I expect? Or, you know, has anybody had any challenges? I mean, I've seen all these questions, and there's been quite a few people that have had challenges, and they've been helped by so many people that have already been through that process. And when they tell them what they did, and they said it was like life-changing for them, they wish they'd have done it 10 years earlier. You know, everybody that once they get Oligo Gloss, they get it, and then it's like a happy life, because they can do things that the Shady Q couldn't do, or just last longer. It's better for the customer. The customers are happier with it. They're happy with their color. And you know, the last thing you want to hear is a client unhappy with the color service you just did, and you've charged them a lot of money. So if there's anybody out there that's serious about hair color, now I'm looking for people that do a lot of hair color, and I know some people think they do a lot, but I want people that are serious colorists, and I want you to try it. I've got these bag deals. These are special bags that actually have a sample of their Color 10-minute color and their permanent color, and a sample of their gloss, which is what I'm covering today. So this is what's in there. And I have a few of these bags that I'm going to give to a certain few. And if you're one of my customers, or maybe if you're in my area and you're not a customer of mine yet and you're interested, message me on this video somewhere in the comments, or if you see this on another page, just message me. I'm not going to put my number here, but because this video goes out worldwide, so I don't want everybody calling me. But I'm serious about this. This is, you know, they've invested a lot of money in creating these samples, and we have over 60 reps that are doing the same thing I'm doing. So we got to make these count, and anybody that I give this to, or anybody that accepts this bag, must make sure that they use this right away. This is not something that you're going to stick in the corner someplace and hope to get to it someday. I need the feedback. I need you to try it right away, because they know that once you try it, you're going to want to invest in one or all of the brand. And time is of the essence, because this special pricing only goes through the end of March. So by the time you make a decision, by the time you get this sample and you try it, you know, you won't believe how fast time goes by, because we've done these before. And I know people sometimes take quite a long time to get around to doing this, but you won't regret it. I think every single one of my clients that actually got into Oligo and transferred from Shades or Redken or even some of these other brands, they're loving it. You know, and that goes with my black light. I'm surprised there's no black light samples in this bag, but I think they're focusing on the hair color this time around. But the black light is my number one lightener, and if you haven't used it yet, it's a lightening system that all the lighteners are designed to be intermixed with each other or used individually, and it's designed to give or keep the integrity of the hair and give the best and most beautiful lightening results you can get. And again, they make these products with the utmost health or safety in mind and ingredients in mind when they make these products. So these are not budget type products. They're not the most expensive, but they are quality products made in Canada under Canada's regulations for safe ingredients. So that's something to keep in mind. But trust me on this, even if you don't get this bag or you're somewhere else, ask your stylist to try Oligo Gloss. Even if it's not for me, find a rep or a distributor in your area that sells it and give it a try. You just got to give it a serious go and do it the way it's designed to be used. But it's basically the same mixing ratio as Shades EQ. So if you already know how to use shades, you can use this. The only difference is the timing's different. You know, shades you leave on longer. This one you can flash tone much quicker. And so you got to remember not to do that. Don't leave it on too long, because that's what some people have done. They just assume it's like, I think people took my word to be exact. Like when I say it's similar to shades, and when I say similar, they took it to heart and, you know, used it exactly the same way shades is used, and it's not done that way. But you'll love the way it works. The coverage is incredible. They have some beautiful shades. Let me get my swatch book. This is the swatch book. So in the intros, either the small or the large, you get this book. But these are just some of the shades that they have. And it may not look like there's a ton, but I did have a customer that was using Shades EQ and thought that this was a good amount of shades, and she didn't seem to be lacking any particular shade, even though Shades EQ is like more than double the size of this in number of different shades. And when it comes to their Color 10, now Redken has a 10-minute color, and she absolutely, without a doubt, said the Color 10 color was better than the Redken one, because she wasn't happy with the results with that. And also, even though we don't seem to have a lot of shades in the Color 10, she seemed to think there was a lot more Color 10 shades than the Redken equivalent. So I was shocked to hear that, when like her first impression was, she goes, "Wow, there's a lot of shades." And I'm like, "Really? You think that's a lot?" But beautiful, beautiful shades. And I have quite a few customers now that are using this, and they all love it. And even though I don't really sell based on price, the price point on this is from the last time I checked, even though they recently had a price increase, it's still less than Shades EQ. So, I mean, really, I don't even worry too much about the price, because it's the performance that people love. Oh, the other thing is too, they also commented that because of the pigments are so much stronger in the Oligo Gloss compared to the Redken shades, they don't need to use as much color. So they're using a lot of clear to mix with some of these shades to dilute the color down some, but they feel like they're getting a lot more color out of more color applications out of one bottle compared to what they were getting from Shades EQ. So hopefully this helped. I'm going to be making more of these kind of videos, but I just did a live one today, and I'm not sure. I think it's probably still processing. So if you didn't see it live, eventually it'll be available online. I think I was able to find it one way on my phone, but then it wasn't being listed as a regular video. So I don't know what happened to it or where it's going, or I'm still trying to figure out the whole live thing. But this one I did not do live. I actually recorded this in my car, and my wife says I need to call this the Rich's Car Chronicles. I don't know about that, but I do make more videos in here because I get the privacy. I don't always have the privacy at home. So if you see me making videos in my car, that's the reason why. And the sound quality is not too bad. And when the lighting's right, it's pretty good. Although I'm not even facing the right way, but the sun, the angle of the sun is going to be in my eyes, so I'm kind of facing the opposite direction. So this little bit of light here is from back there. So anyway, check this out. Don't miss these deals. If you're interested, I can send you a link to my special pricing. But remember, this is not for just anybody. This is for my customers, or if you're in my area and you don't have a salon center rep, I'd be glad to be your rep. But just remember, I only want to deal with people that value what I have to offer. And so if you're the type of person that likes to go to the store, and we don't have any stores, so everything is done through me. You can even call the warehouse and order, but most people that deal with me, they order through me because I'm giving them my years of expertise, over 30 years of expertise in this business. And I'm more of a consultant rather than just a salesperson trying to sell a bunch of products. I also have my own app and my own websites that have a lot more information than any of our company websites have. So that's another service that I provide for my customers. And like when you ask for information on something, I usually already have it somewhere, and then I can just copy and paste the link to you, and you got it. Whereas most of the other reps, they've got to find it from somewhere. They got to find the PDFs or find the information, and it's all not in one little happy place, like on my websites or my app. So that's the benefit of it. And because our shipping is only $12.99 flat rate, you know, if you think that's too much, you know, and you don't value your time, because by the time you go to the store, it's going to take you probably an hour to get to go there, to do your shopping, and to get back to the salon. You're going to waste at least an hour. And so if your time is not worth more than $13, then I'm probably not your guy. And if I'm not worth $13 for what I have to offer, then I'm not your guy. And I hate to be blunt, but you know, we're in an age now where, you know, there's people that are buying everything online, or they want to go into these stores, and this is a professional business. And so what's going to happen is one day you're going to be in a place where there's going to be no reps, because, you know, Salon Centric just got rid of about 50% of their reps. And to me, that shows me there's a trend that reps are a dying breed if we're not being utilized. And, you know, so the 50% that they kept are really servicing the top salons in the country. And so it's because they see the value in, it doesn't make sense for them to go to a store. So once you start thinking about the whole logistics of, or the, you know, just being efficient about how you get your products and you know, how you get your information, you could, you know, when you go online and try to find all your information you need to know, you don't know what's factual, what's not, and it's all jumbled up. You know, there's a lot to be said for things that are free on the web. Like you can go to YouTube, and I'm a YouTuber, so that's the other thing I do. I do a lot of YouTube videos. You can find all this stuff out there, but when you do a search, it's not like you're going to get everything you need all in one little package. And most of the people that have things packaged charge for it. It's called a membership. They charge you to be part of their membership, and they'll step you step by step through the videos that you do on your own. And then if you want even more one-to-one help, those people charge you a lot of money to either be their consultant or to be like do a group training. And that's where they're like pretty much hand holding you through the thing. But those things are not cheap. So think about the value you're getting having a rep for basically $13. You know, we're not charging you that except for the shipping. And so that's all you're paying. And, you know, the people that have been having stuff shipped to them all these years, I can tell you, I have people that say they'll never go to the store because they understand that it's not efficient for them to do it. It actually costs them more money. It costs them money because they're wasting too much time out of the salon. You think you're saving money, but you're tripping over the pennies to save, you're tripping over dollars to save a few pennies. And that's the reality of it. So that's all I had to say. I know that it may hit some people the wrong way, but you know, sometimes you just have to be blunt about it. We live in serious times right now, and You know, just like people that want to shop for everything on Amazon, if you can continue to do that, you're going to, like your hairdressers, for instance, if your hairdresser recommends a professional hair product, buy it from them, please. Because what you're not realizing, if you buy it on Amazon, which most of the time is the same price, because one thing I can tell you these manufacturers do, all the major manufacturers have their products on Amazon for one reason and one reason only, not to make a ton of money. It's to secure their pricing. Like, that keeps people from putting their products that they get for who knows where, and puts it on Amazon and lowers the price to where it's actually under the manufacturer's pricing, which all that does is devalue the product. So they would rather you buy from a stylist, because the stylists, like me, are the ones that are going to give you the education on, and they know your hair better than anybody. So they're the ones to recommend the product, the best product for you. And they're the ones that are going to watch over your hair. You know, so if they tell you to use such and such product and you go buy it from Amazon, that's like a slap on their face. You know, they did the work. You know, they're educated. A good stylist or good colorist, they continue to go to classes and get educated by guys like us, by in-salon classes and things like that. So, you know, it's a vicious circle, but, you know, support your local stylist. Because remember the day when we had everything was shut down with COVID and you couldn't wait to get to see your hairdresser? Well, what if your hairdressers started going away because they can't afford to keep their doors open? Hairdressers sell retail to help pay for the rent, because the rent in this day and age is out of sight. Plus, all of their supplies have gone up. Everything has gone up. Hopefully things will get better and things will come back down, but even if that happens, that's still no reason not to support your local stylist. So hopefully that helped. Hopefully that made sense. So I thank you for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell if you want to get notified the next time I upload a video. And if you think somebody could get some value out of this video, please share it and maybe save it later in case you need to refer back to it. But I appreciate you watching, and thank you if you've stayed around for this long. I definitely appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you the next time I make another video. So thanks again for watching. Take care.